Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I am the Motorcycle Rescuer and this is Motorcycle Rescuer. So yes, welcome back. Small discussion of the day. My new thing is discussion of the day. It's not necessarily a rant. Someone said I should wear gloves when working on bikes and using chemicals. You know, I stand by what I say all the time as part of my channel. I allow people to be who they are, to do what they do. You know, good gentle advice coming from the heart is nothing to complain about. That's why I'm not complaining or moaning. But I'm 37 years old. I've been working on bikes since I was 15. I am not the best at what I do. I will never claim that. I will always make mistakes, many mistakes. I'm not a professional mechanic. But when it comes to luxuries and comforts and things like that, that's on you, that's on people as an individual. You'll see I have gloves kicking about all the time. In fact, I'm almost sitting on one, am I? No, I thought I was. You'll see black gloves and you'll see blue gloves. And actually, on occasion, I do wear them. But I will never easily justify the way I do things. If I go for a quick run up and down that road and don't wear motorcycle gloves, that's on me. That's on me. The channel's not about watching it so in-depthly that you're pulling it out on silly little things. Something here pops up, something you're not sure about, something you want to confirm, absolutely. If I'm riding, like I said, and you don't like that, then I'll hear your comment. There's no issues with that, but I'm an adult, guys. I'm going to do what I do. If I'm flying up and down with no helmet and breaking the law, absolutely every right, not only to comment, but to unsubscribe, report the channel, and everything like that. So, that's chat of the day gone. So currently, the bike setup is what I made. It's this. And it ran beautifully on the last video, and I'm not sure what video that was for you, probably 2 or 3 ago. You would have heard it screaming, and I test rode it, and my god, it ran well. I'd happily leave it like this if I weren't too fussed about refinement. If I needed to use this setup in regards to the manifold and the pod, I'd be buying a brand new carburettor and starting fresh, because this was in the garage, and there's a reason I take them off bikes and put them aside. Normally they're not working great, so this was probably never working too well. Anyway, this is the current setup that I think will make this an actual safe, ready, back to basics bike. We've got what should be the engine manifold. That should bolt straight on. That's just a suction pipe. You can block that off, or if we found our free flow tank was causing any issues, we could run a fuel tap on suction. Honda CG 125 carb. I always use them carbs. Obviously it's a copy carb, but the jetting will be CG, and that's normally how they run best. And an appropriate throttle cable. This one is not the longer one I bought last week to get to this setup. This one is a standard size one to get to this setup, but it has a different end because that one is a diaphragm operated system. It runs on air. That's how the needle lifts. It sucks in air and the needle lifts. It's a suction system. And this is a cable operated system, so you control the airflow and the fuel. In some ways these are always a better setup. They're meant to be faster, but these little carbs, they're not producing any kind of significant power. So that's that. But it's nice to have the choke on here as well. So for my reference, I always get confused. Let's just have a look at the choke setting. So choke is so down, choke is off. That up, choke is on. Okay, so you lift it up, choke is on. You can see it's choked down, choke is off, and then you'll have a medium setting as well. So down is standard running order, down. Great, so we know that. I'm going to kind of hack away at this just because a couple of things. I may save the original setup. I was still tempted to pull all the original stuff out and throw it back on. So I'm going to see if I've got that set up, all the originals, the throttle body and stuff for the fuel injection. I'm just going to, out of curiosity, because it's also very sellable as a full setup. But yeah, tempting to use that. I am going to stick with the carb, I think, because I prefer the simplicity of it. There's lots of people having troubles with their EFI models. Remember, they've tuned it to sip fuel ridiculously, and these bikes barely hit 50 miles an hour. The carb will be quicker. So let me get in here, let me start stripping away, getting all that bit done, on and off, and blah blah blah. And then the aim will be that I have this carb seated in there. Now, one of the issues I might come up against is the frame style here. You see, in regards to the height of the carb, that's something I'm slightly concerned about. It's close, guys. It's very close. I think it may just work, but if you look at where the frame is up here, extremely close. So I'm going to try and make it work, but we need to also get the throttle cable up and around. That's one issue we could come up against. If this was a bolt straight to the actual body, that would have been better. Ideally, would have got a little bit more space. Right, let's get on with it. Okay, so it took a bit of, you know, fiddling and wiggling and bits of messing around, but it is on with the air bolts. That's great news. That gives this bike the best chance to be able to just be as it should. What's next? What is next? Throttle cable up here. I need to do a switch from the new one. So just a switch over. Where's the new one? Where's the new one? Oh, I've already run it up here, so there you go. Just switch it out for that one. I'm not sure how easy it's going to be with, I might need to take this off completely, but let's have a look, let's work it out. Let's get a throttle cable on there so that we can at least test this bike on the auxiliary tank. Someone asked me what the tank was that I use. It's called an auxiliary tank. It's a separate tank for doing things like carb tuning. They're only like 15 quid nowadays on eBay, but they're not the best in the world, them ones. If you buy, you know, a medium one, 25 quid, you're better off. Especially as I've lost the lid to mine. But yes, they're great pieces of kit. I used to make bottles every time and make loops. Nat used to do it as well. I used to watch Nat doing it and all. For 10 quid a cheap one, or 25 quid a great one, you know, it kind of makes sense. Also, with a really good one that has a lid, you can test the bike. You can hang it off and run the bike with it. Obviously not for long distances, and obviously not as good practice generally, but it's safe enough to test the bike with it on. So let me get the throttle cable connected up, and then we should have something that half resembles a bike that's kind of ready for something. Check this out, guys. This is a Vespa 300 2016, 2015, ULEZ compliant, stunning bike, custom paint, smoked lenses all round, custom levers, absolutely brilliant. Someone's asked me to sell this on their behalf. We're looking at 2.5 grand ish. Honestly, if any of you guys, any of the watchers are interested in this, let me know. It's legit, it's brilliant, it's very fast, it's 300cc, it's genuinely registered as it should be. It's got all the extra storage stuff. It's got Molossi variator and rollers for kind of quicker acceleration and stuff, and it's just a stunning little bike. So I'm looking forward to taking that out later. So, carb conversion on, done, dusted, seated. Will it start? Will it ride? Will it run? It's time for lunch.
Ooh.